tested for this building or any of the other established Ecoroof so far as mitigation of heating, cooling, and maybe even reduction of sewer costs because of the water that's not flowing the sewer system? Is anyone keeping any statistics on that?
We're, as for the sewer and the absorption of this rooftop, we're definitely monitoring that. So we're actively monitoring the rates of runoff and the water usage for this roof. But as for the heating and cooling, Tom mentioned that PSU has put in some temperature gauges about 6 months ago, or they did it for about 6 months. So as for the heating and cooling type things, no, we're not studying that on this roof.
But to my knowledge, I don't know if anybody's studying it specifically yet on a building.
Supposed to be a benefit of it. I thought maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if they're available here. I haven't seen them, but when I was in Amsterdam in the spring, I happened to just run into a builder's trade show, so I had to go to it. And I noticed the whole, there were at least 3 sensor systems that I saw. And I was, it drew my attention because I'd had a big leak at my beach house, which caused a lot of damage. And I was thinking, boy, if I'd had one of those on the water line, it would have just turned it off.
Right.
But it didn't seem like it was that, it was a fairly simple system. But I doubt if they're here yet.
So a sensor system would be a sensor system connected to a flow meter, so it could sense.
It had a valve on it, which closed the valve.
Yeah, they have those here. It is a fairly simple master valve. So all you do is you'd purchase a standard valve, and then you would wire it to, on your controller, assuming your controller has one, would be a little master valve connection where you wire it in. So that solenoid, so it's an always open valve, and then when you then the information comes in from your flow meter and says, you've specified, 80 gallons per minute. If it's over 80 gallons a minute, then I'm shutting this thing off. It will send that sensor in, and then it'll close that valve.
I think, oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
You mentioned wanting to maybe develop specific applications for eco-roofs so they don't have to be reinvented. And I work with a system that answers or addresses a lot of these issues that have come up that I would love to share with people who have interest, and I'm sure other people do as well. So I'm wondering if maybe there would be an opportunity later at some point for people who want to swap or talk about teaming up, or what you have, what I have. I don't live in Portland, but if someone lives here and wanted to go after a project, I'd love to talk about what I have and maybe have a little interchange opportunity.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely one of the reasons why we're doing this, is to get people to connect, building owners and products and suppliers and all those things. And do we have a list? So we have a list out front that you can fill out that states I'm interested in connecting or networking with people. Oh, it's the evaluation form. Okay, so you can fill out the evaluation form, but I'd say either afterwards or something like that, and mill around, and definitely I think we could accommodate
We're
that.
trying to keep things neutral within here, but you guys can network as much as you want.
The group here.
Right,
Yeah.
but not within the time that we're giving the presentation, because then we could have a lot of people that would want to do it. So we want to give you this information, and then however you network, that's great. And we are going to try, we've talked about having a vendor fair next spring. So
Ecoroof specific vendor
specific
fair.
to Ecoroof, right. So we're hoping that...
So if there was a blog or a mailing or an email list, do you do that?
well, go ahead and fill that thing out that says you're interested, and we're going to try and help facilitate making that happen.